Hey everyone, it's Will, Gamer Dad, with another video for you. And tonight we have a special guest.
Hi, today we're going to do a manifest review with my account.
So yes, we're going to do a 5-star review and have a little bit gameplay and what I think about AS Mighty. Now the most important question of all is he hot or not?
I don't want him falling asleep on a date, so no, he's not hot.
So, being that he's still one of the first few ASs to get a manifest weapon, he actually does have some major enhancements over his OG AS form, if that makes sense. So you can see his VC, int minus 25% for one turn, very defensive in nature, which is actually very, very good, especially since his OG manifest one has the water resistance down by 25% for one turn. So if you need someone to defend against some magical attacks, he's the one with the VC. In terms of his moveset, we can still go with his 4-star moves, which is Aqua Spread. It is a great, cheap move that with Mighty AS's high int will wipe out most mobs as you walk around. So he's got a lot of MP, and so that works really, really well in terms of clearing. Now, those who already have Mighty will also be familiar with Aqua Wall. So this is essentially like a water version of Aurora Force with the additional benefit of physical resistance of all party members plus 15. Now, bear in mind that if you use this on top of Aurora Force, you actually get 75% fire type resistance, 50, and then 50% of the additional 50% shielding. So diminishing returns do apply, but still very, very awesome. And again, if you use Water Zone with Aqua Wall, you're pretty much not going to take any damage from fire attacks. You do have a couple other extra moves to choose from as well. Double Sleep is a 2-time single target. You probably won't be using it at this point, being that he is an AS. But he does have some other moves like Freeze, which does some single target stun. Again, nothing too amazing to write home about. What we really want to know is how is his AS moves enhanced. So the first one is the meditation. So when he was the original version, he would have to go to sleep for one turn. And if he wasn't hit, he would obviously restore HP MP, and he would also gain int only if he didn't get hit. Now in this case, it doesn't matter if he gets hit or not, he does get the int 50, and not only that, he also gets water type plus 50 for 4 turns. So essentially 2 times his damage now, right? 50% int, 50% water type, and still the 3 hypnosis stacks. Very, very powerful setup for Hypno Blizzard. So Hypno Blizzard, of course, will be his spamming move, and that one is now still the same, 3 to 5 times XL, but when more than 1 hypnosis stack, it does additional damage. And keep in mind, as you spam Hypno Blizzard, your stacks will decrease by 1 each turn. So essentially only 3 turns. One last thing to note, it increases another force combo rate. So what that means is, the percent we always talk about, the combo percent, as that percent goes up, each of your subsequent moves on all your parties participating in AF will do a lot more damage. And so the higher the multiplier we get, the better. For those who have Victor, you'll know what I'm talking about, especially if you use, for example, P5 units where you get multiple hits, you can really build the combo meter really quickly, allowing your DPS to do significant damage. So we'll test it out as well. Now here's his 5-star moves that are unmodified, and so with the manifest weapon, obviously you get those benefits. You can see that meditation was much weaker than before. And of course, Mighty is still staff as well as an IDA school personality. So if you have those specialized Grasta, you can equip them here. My son obviously has not farmed all those Grasta, so he's going Grasta blind with no Grasta, and it still does a lot of damage, which he'll show later in this video. Now, if you do have both, and he does have the OG as well, you do get the extra stats enhanced by that. So let's take him out for a spin. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. I also do have a Patreon account for those who want to support me this way. So first of all, like I said earlier, Aqua Spread is a great way of clearing tons of mobs, especially those weak to water, but even regular mobs. It can easily deal with level 60s and above, and if you equip even more int type badges on him, he'll do more damage. Grasta, obviously, he can do even more significant damage than that. Sorry, this is actually on my son's iPad, and so you'll see some random apps pop up. So we'll do that one more time, and then we'll take on the horror of this area to kind of show you what the power of the meditation as well as Hypno Blizzard can be. And bear in mind, this is without Grasta. So, if you equip any of those, elemental Grasta, you're going to see even more of an effect. So note that he did get hit, but look at these symbols there. And he got the 3 hypnosis effects, plus the int and the water damage right there. And within 2 turns, he cleared the horror, absolutely no problem, just laid multiple hits. Now, I realize the RNG of Hypno Blazer is a little bit annoying, being that you can't predict whether or not it's going to be 3 to 5 attacks, but still, at the very least, even 3 hits is pretty good. So in this example, we're going to take on Salamander without the AF, just to show against some more real life bosses, kind of the power of Hypno Blizzard. Keep in mind, we do have a full water team with AS Yuna as the zone setter. We have Dewey. We have Shani setting up. Shani has a full manifest. Dewey is still being worked on, and I think my son's still grinding Sealed Realm for that. And of course, with the power of AS Yuna, you have all the additional abilities of either buff, debuff, or crit rate up. So we're just going to do a couple more setups. We're going to apply the debuffs with Epic Tail before using the spam move Oasis Wave. If you've watched some of my earlier videos, you'll see that I did do a 5-star review of OG Shani with Manifest. Make sure you catch that if you haven't already. I do find that Shani is great as I would consider her a top 3 water type attack support unit, and she's still viable to this day, and I still have her on my water team. Look at that, Hypno Blizzard just wiped out everybody. That was not even, I didn't even get to use the AF. But what we really want to see is, during AF, how much increase in combo meter do we get with Hypno Blizzard? Keep in mind that in general, if you do a 3-hit combo during AF, you'll get about a 7 or 8% increase, up to maybe 10% if the hits are larger. So I think the combo meter, and I'm not 100% sure on this, it ranges depending on the strength of the attack, that is whether or not small, medium, large, or XL, as well as whether it's a single target versus the AoE. If it hits more targets, I believe it counts as each individual hit, so the combo meter does go up more. Anyways, let's just see what we're at here. Obviously we got hit, but AS Yuna protects us and helps us heal up a little bit. And now we're going to go all out here and watch the combo here. Look at that. Instead of just a little bit, normally it would be 9 or 10%. It went up how many? 30, 40% there? So it builds it up very, very quickly. Keep in mind, this is only 2-turn AF. So there you go. From 270 to 314 or so. And you can see most hits are only, there you go, another huge build. And so each subsequent build lets you do even more damage. So that is very viable as a magic user. So keep in mind that AS Rosetta will be coming out soon. You'll be having a magic zone, and this will allow you to build up combo meter so that your strongest mages, especially those who have AS Myris, as well as AS Rosetta on that team, will really wreak havoc on the enemy or the bosses with a magic zone. So in conclusion, after playtesting my son's AS Mighty, I might have to reconsider actually side grading my own OG Mighty to AS Mighty. I haven't done it yet, but that being said, I don't even have AS Rosetta. But planning ahead, that might be a route to go. I mean, look at his damage, his base int, the fact that he can boost his own attacks by essentially double, and the fact that he hits 3 to 5 times, and his combo meter helps grow really, really quickly. One thing to note, most magic users don't hit more than 1 or 2 times, right? Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.